Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that's all on camera too.
Cheers.
Crazy.
Oh yeah. What if Daniel watches this?
Do not. You better cut that.
Alright, welcome to another podcast, the True Podcast. Thank you, Ostrich Running, for sponsoring our podcast. Kind of, not really. Thank you very much. It's our second week in Flag. We have a new guest, new teammate actually. Introduce yourself, DJ.
You said my name. DJ Smith.
We have the same last name.
First name, last name.
Mm-hmm.
No, I said we have the same last name.
I know what you said.
Oh, my bad.
Oh,
What does DJ stand for?
what does DJ stand for?
So that's funny. So it's the two capital letters that's in my first name when you spell it, but my dad's nickname was Diamond. So it stands for Diamond Jr.
Diamond Jr. Damn,
That's
bro.
hard. That's hard. That's hard.
That's pretty swag.
Hell yeah.
That is pretty swag.
It was tough like that.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, yesterday we did a long workout sesh. Let's talk about it a little bit. How did it go for everybody?
You want me to start? Or?
Christian, you could.
Maybe you can
Yeah,
start.
Xavier could start. Yeah, because you first.
You know what? You want to start?
Alright, so the workout was 6x2K with the 1K float. Prescribed paces were 525 at sea level with the floats at like 555. I ended up going faster on each one, so started feeling it towards the end, but it wasn't a bad workout. It was pretty long. Ended up being a little bit over 11 miles. I think I averaged like 5:33 for the whole workout though, so I was happy with it.
It was a very hard workout. Okay. It was a very hard workout. I think that's probably my second longest workout that I've done. Because we ended up doing like 11 miles total. Just the workout.
And it was like what, 14 on the morning or?
Yeah, it was 14 in the morning, and then Christian let he made me do the last two by myself, bro.
Christian had the opportunity.
He had the opportunity to do 6, but chose to do 4. And I had the last two. It was uphill and windy. The last two were tough.
So wait, so it's 6 sets of like 2K on and then 1K float.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're never standing at any point.
Yeah.
It's continuous.
Just continuous.
And like, what's the difference in paces between the float?
Like 30
and
to 40 seconds.
30 to 40 seconds?
Yeah.
Are you really floating then?
That is a float. That's
Yeah.
what a float is.
Yeah, that's what
Maybe,
it was.
I've done a lot of those workouts.
You have your prescribed pace, and then you never stop. You just slow down a little bit, and then you go back to pace, and then just pull it back a little bit.
So isn't that essentially just a poor man's tempo?
Essentially, if that's how you want to look at it.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder what the point of that is. Like, is it
I think just strength.
accumulate
I mean,
lactate?
Well, I think the floats are to still keep the heart rate
Yeah.
kind of high.
Oh.
I think the overall purpose of the workout is to get you going at whatever that prescribed pace is for a certain amount of miles without having to go 11 miles at 5:25 pace.
Yeah,
But you're getting kind of
Yeah.
similar benefit from the workout
So-
without pushing quite as hard.
because when you do like standing rest and you get up to what, like 2 minutes, your heart rate kind of decreases
that.
almost to like where you're like resting and not like like
Yeah.
gets down to probably under 100 after 2 minutes.
Yeah. So basically, I did my least favorite type of workout. I hate active rest,
Yeah.
and this was fast active rest.
Mhm.
So, yeah, like Nick said, I did 4, and that felt pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew it was gonna get hard after that, and I didn't want to make it hard, so I just did 4 and called it a day. That was a good workout. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We did it on the beautiful Lake Mary Road.
Yeah, Lake Mary Road is tough.
It was nice.
That was pretty.
I liked it.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Mhm.
I would say like, it looks hillier than it feels.
The thing is for me is like I felt like we were going kind of down like the whole time on the way out.
Yeah.
But then like
Yeah,
like on the way
yeah.
back, it still didn't feel like we were going that up.
Yeah.
It was kind of I felt it was like kind of flat. I don't know. It
No.
was like kind of rolling.
It just
It was, I would
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
on the way out, I would say it was rolling down, and then coming back, it was slightly rolling up.
Yeah.
But then we hit that wind too.
The wind, that was the worst part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it feels hillier than it looks. 'Cause
Exactly. Yeah.
The vert was only like 100 something. Total.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that
Like,
much.
Pretty flat.
So for me, it was my first day at altitude actually. So I just got here the night before, and woke up and just did the workout. I ended up doing the same workout they did. I did 5 sets though instead of 6, and it was surprisingly not as hard as I thought it would be. I would say around my 4th set is when I really started feeling it. And then especially going into that float on the way back, hitting that wind, it definitely hit me. But overall, it was a good workout. I was surprised at the way I handled it with it being my first day.
Oh yeah.
You look good, bro.
Yeah.
He went with me for like a little bit of my rep.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this guy's feeling good.
What about you, Edgar?
How'd yours go?
It's funny that you mentioned was that Christian mentioned about like, or was it you that mentioned about like the rest and how like your heart rate just goes down significantly.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, my workout was same as last week, but actually fulfilling it in its entirety. 5 by mile, 90 seconds rest. I was literally debating like, oh, I think I'm just gonna stick with 2 minutes rest still. And then I thought to myself, I gotta be tougher than that. I gotta be like after meeting CJ, like the night before, I was like, you know what? If I die, I die. Okay, it's I'm gonna be all right. But if I die, I die. Death on Lake Mary Road, bro. That's embarrassing. Let's not do that. But yeah, no, I was just trying to hit 540s again, and I did just that. And the first 3 were towards that down, kind of like on that decline, and then the last 2 were up. So getting that headwind, but at the very least, my last 2 miles were my fastest, like 5:43-ish. So
That's good, bro.
I'm happy with it.
WW.
Making progress.
You're better than last week, so that's good.
Yeah.
It is better than last
Yeah,
week.
I think we're all better than last.
Yeah. It's amazing what a week at altitude
Yeah.
Exactly.
is.
Dude,
It's
for
interesting
real.
y'all say that because my whole mindset since I've been here has been I've been in a lot worse environments.
Well, nothing can compare to you.
Yeah.
Bro. You're this person.
When it gets hard, I just be like, yo, just take advantage of being here. And
Yeah,
the
exactly.
opportunities.
Yeah.
Like it sucks, it's hard, my legs hurt, but
Yeah.
like you don't get too many chances to be here doing this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. The more you get to know DJ on this podcast, the more you learn that you're soft.
Your life is
You're,
easy.
you're soft. You're so
Easy
soft.
mode.
Like, Charmin, bro.
Yeah. Like once you hear DJ's story more, like you guys are gonna learn how soft you are, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Good to have on the team though. All right. Next topic. We're gonna talk about Division 2 running. Like
D2, baby.
D2 running. Like what are the pros and cons of D2? Was it worth it? How's our experiences? Like overall, like, did you go to D2 school, DJ?
Only one.
You went to D1.
Oh,
So we could kind of talk about the
But no,
difference.
I have my theories on D2 though. So
Okay.
Okay, well, what school you went to for context?
I went to school in Illinois, Chicago State University.
Okay, sure. Okay, gotcha. Sweet.
I don't know. I'm gonna start it off. My experience at D2 was ass, bro.
Was it really?
I didn't have like a great time. I guess like at D2 you have more opportunities to like race because the level's not as high. Like no matter what team you go to, like you're gonna have a little bit of playing time.
Mm-hmm.
More likely to get like a chance to be in uniform and race and have more playing time at D2 compared to D1. But it's just kind of like the funding issues and like a culture thing too, I
I
think.
can see that.
Yeah.
What was bad about your experience though?
I mean, we just got shafted because I think we were just in a bad place because during COVID, we were in like the heart of LA. So while everyone else, like, they only had like a semester or a year off of like competing,
Yeah.
our school had 2 years off.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Like, we were the only conference in the nation to have 2 years off of competitively competing.
Yeah, and like, well, and the team didn't even meet up,
And
like
then-
at all. Like there was no organized meetups
Well,
for
Yeah,
2
for
years.
2
Where
years
like
straight.
other schools were meeting up like unofficially and like
Yeah.
doing stuff.
well, yeah,
like
East Bay.
our school was doing nothing.
East Bay was trying to do that, but you had to go through like so many protocols and like COVID shots. And
Yeah.
you tested every day,
Yeah.
and it's like I wasn't gonna do that, so I just stayed home.
Yeah. I mean, D2, it wasn't like super bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's its pros and cons, but it's a lot more like, I guess that's any school. Like if you want to be at the top of whatever division you go to, like it all takes the same like amount of dedication and effort. I think it's just like the higher divisions, you probably get more resources. I don't know.
I would say for D2, there's probably less pressure on you than D1,
Yeah. that's
but at the same time, pressure is probably a good thing in a way. Like it could be a good thing if it like if that pushes you to be better. But then there's other side of it. Say you do get hurt or you're not performing as well as you think you should be. It's not that much pressure where you're like your scholarship's in danger. Like you're gonna in danger of getting kicked off the team. You know, it's something like where D2, you have a lot more leeway. I would say in that aspect.
I agree, but I feel like even that there's definitely a big funding gap between the types of schools, and maybe it's just a little bit for D2, but for this, in my mind as I'm thinking about this, where there are the Cal States, which I feel like the Cal States are significantly underfunded, despite the fact that they should have more funding in their sports programs. Because I go to a private university, and I mean, I think we're one of the very few teams with a cross country and track team that actually has a locker room, and so that locker room that is nice, and that weight room is nice, and I'm very blessed to have those facilities. And even like, and I've been to 2D2 schools. I've been to Chico State, before, and as I mentioned, Viola, but even at Chico, I think they barely got media pictures like in the past 2 years. They barely got that. They would just do the headshot with like their, I don't know, sweater, and then you just take it off, you give it to the next person, and the next person gets their picture. But they're a top 10 team consistently in the nation, or at least top 15 at worst. Yeah. And so that's what I've kind of noticed. But you're right in that there is more leeway that I feel like so many times when I was at Chico, I was like, am I going to get kicked off right now? Am I going to get kicked off?
I feel like it's really hard to get kicked off.
It's really hard to get kicked off. Like, the only way you would actually get kicked off is that you would have to be like an actual nuisance. Like, you have to be a terrible person. Yeah. And so...
a terrible person is crazy.
Straight up.
No, bro. There's some terrible people I feel like.
There's terrible people.
How you so much of a nuisance you get kicked off?
Yeah, bro.
You just rage bait the coach.
You bring the team morale down during practices.
I mean, my 2 cents, like D2 is pretty nice. I think it's interesting because like coming from the perspective of someone who like wasn't recruited out of high school, and like walked on, I think it's really easy. Like once you're in it, I feel like even when I was in it, you start to look at the things like, oh, we don't have these resources. Like you look at D1, you look at the professional level, and like there's the gap of resources. But I think ultimately, like it's still just like a really good opportunity to like be with a group, have coaches, have trainers, have a support staff. Like even though like a lot of D2, especially the public schools, like the resources and facilities might be more run down. Yeah. Like all that stuff is like really extra. Like coming from a place where like my first 3 years post high school, I was just training on my own. Like I had nothing. Like I had no one to support me. I had no one to train me. Like everything I did was out of pocket. And then coming from that to like a whole support network, like I really felt the impact of like how beneficial it is. And then like even my times reflected that. Like I was like, I had significant improvement once I was able to like get on a team, like around a group of people with the resources. So I think that's the coolest thing. It's like, most people aren't the best of the best. And so I think D2 is a good like place where a lot of people who are average or maybe have the potential to be great, but just like haven't had the opportunities, like it gives them that opportunity. Because I mean, you see that too. Like there's some pros or some people who make it to the Olympics or like U.S. champs that like come from that D2 level. So
Romain
yeah,
beat all these D1 guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of opportunity D2 offers that like if it didn't exist, like so many people wouldn't be able to like chase those dreams. So
it does open the door.
Yeah, it
does open the door. I think people underestimate how easy it some people, because like obviously there's statistics and showing that like, oh, you can't really run at the college level, especially even now with like D1 tightening down. This man knows about that D1. It can be a little bit cutthroat, right? And so like, but in all honesty, community college for one is goated. Go to community college if you're not fast enough. Like just go for it, just give it a shot. Especially if you love it, and you'll find yourself a way and to just go ahead and transfer and put yourself in. Because I know for a fact, just with my story, I don't even know how I transferred. It was literally a Hail Mary. I was not fast at all by any means at that time when I was trying to send an email to Viola or all the other remaining Southern California schools that are not at Cal State, and I somehow got in. And you're able to get on and have that system, have a coach, have a team, and you can create some consistency. Because I think for you guys, as you now realize post collegiate, that being in college training, that's easy mode. That's easy mode. Trying to do everything on your own at this point is is terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's
Different challenge.
For sure.
But even then, it's like I feel like some people also underestimate how much time you actually have to put in, and you actually are changing your lifestyle entirely. Some people go into college athletics and they're like, oh, I'm not doing all this other stuff on my campus, or I'm not getting involved with that. You chose to be a student athlete.
True.
You chose that, and some people are not ready
True.
for that truth. They're not.
Yeah.
And it's like, and honestly, like I've seen 2 people quit off my team already this past month, both guy and gal, and honestly, one made perfect sense. Like she had a lot of things, a lot of other passions to do with her major, and she found that to be a lot more lucrative with their time. I respect that. Go all in. And then I think the other one was a little bit more, I guess, mysterious in a sense. I didn't get a clear answer. But you should be able to understand that you are having a different lifestyle. You're committing to a different lifestyle for the sake of getting better. And that's how that opportunity is not even guaranteed. So people really need to understand that.
Shout out D2.
What do
Shout
you
out
think,
to
DJ?
baby.
How's your D1 experience?
So, I didn't go D2, of course I went D1, but I think it's perspective based to me. Like, it's a real fine line between not having those facilities and resources because you don't have the funding, but then also what type of program do you have, what type of coaching do you have, and what level of D2 are you at, because you still are provided some great opportunities to be a standout, to have a good career, to progress without all of the pressure that we spoke about earlier. However, say for instance, on the other end, if you were D1 and you were a standout, say you get injured, they just go on to the next person because there's so many people there.
Yeah.
And if you're already at the top of the D1 level and you're probably already one of the best in the country, probably ranked in the world, probably going to the Olympic trials,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So, and it's kind of like your perspective. What are you looking for out of it? Are you really trying to make this a career? Is this something you really want to do post-collegiately? If so, you can actually make that happen without some of the pressures that they're facing. It's just you're not going to have some of the resources and the funding, which sucks. But on the other end, if you do have the resources and the funding, then you're expected to perform. You injure yourself, or for whatever reason you can have to sit out, that can go away easily. So it's really a perspective thing. I think D2 is like a blessing in disguise if you can make it be that way.
Yeah.
Or if you're gonna look at it as, oh, I'm not D1, so I'm not good enough. Or you're gonna make something out of this, because even myself, I did go D1, but I didn't go to a top level D1 school. So we didn't have some of the great funding that they did. We didn't have some of the great resources that they did. We just had the opportunity to be D1, so we can, if we worked hard enough, we can make it to some of these big events and get exposure. But we were treated just like a D2 school until we can get ourselves to that level.
I want to add on to that. So, one thing I will say though is that I hate when, I don't know how many high schoolers watch your podcast, but I hate when high schoolers will like commit to a D1 school just to say they went D1. You know what I mean? Like that's the worst thing ever.
I hate that.
Because
you cloud chasers, bro.
Because FPU wasn't the most recruitable school, right? Like, it's in Fresno.
Yeah.
It's in Fresno, right? But we were beating all these D1 schools my junior year, my first year there.
Yeah.
And then we were recruiting like these kind of fast guys, and they're deciding to go to these other schools just for the D1, like, I don't know, clout, right? And then I know one of them already ended up quitting.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I know why you're going to this school because it looks good, right? But are you choosing the right team for your career, right? It's like, choose the team that's right for you. Don't choose D1 just because it's D1 and it looks good. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people, they'll go D1, they'll quit after a year, and they're just like,
see that all the time.
What are you doing?
All the time, yeah.
I would encourage people to do their research.
For sure.
Like I said, don't go because it's like, oh, this school has a good history, it has a good program, I want to go there to say I went there. Actually do the research, because it could be an NAIA school that will beat that school on any day.
Yeah. No, seriously.
You go through a D3 meet and the
pick
top school there will beat your school.
Yeah.
So make sure it's a right fit between you and the coach. Make sure you actually want to be there. You can grow there. They have a good program. Some of the best advice my dad ever gave me, because I wanted to go D1 really bad out of high school, but he asked me, when you get to college and you get on a team, do you want to be the runner that everybody go get their food and snacks on? Or do you want to be a part of a program that's growing that where you can make something out of yourself?
I like that.
Like, when you show up to a track meet, do they want to be like, oh, who running right now? DJ? Oh, okay, I got time to go grab me something to eat real quick. Or do you want to be that guy where, you know, it's an okay program, not too high, but they got this one kid that you're going to have to look out for.
Yeah.
I wanted to do.
And you help them build. Yeah, I like that, bro.
So that's what I chose.
Yeah. I mean, I think D2's on the ups anyways. Now that
Well, it's gonna shift, yeah.
yeah, because D1's starting to like dwindle their rosters.
Well, the roster limits are, dude,
Yeah.
they're so scarce now.
Yeah.
It's
D1's
ridiculous.
like the closest thing to like a pro league. now,
Exactly.
And then D2 is gonna be the new D1.
The way I tell people, I'm like, right now, D2 is like the new D1, and D1 is like Olympic development.
It is.
Yeah,
It
really
is.
That's what it is.
It'll be weird to see over the next like 5 years what programs start getting.
Yeah, hopefully like it brings in more funding and like
Yeah.
more like bigger like it just makes D2 like more.
Me and most schools got budget cuts this year.
I know.
Me
Shout out Trump.
and our school just lost $100 million.
Yeah,
budget cuts.
yeah.
They're already changing conferences pretty soon. There's gonna be a lot of division changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean-
maybe like NIL and like.
It's funny though, that like didn't like FPU just shift from a Pac West to CCAA?
Yeah, a lot of shifts around.
Oh
so.
my gosh.
It's good. I think it'll ultimately be good for the sport, though. I think as it gets consolidated and they
Sure.
figure out like how to configure things,
Yeah.
hopefully it just makes things more competitive and gives more opportunities. So
For sure.
What if it hit a point where D2 is the new D1, and to go D1, you gotta be coming out of high school with an NIL deal?
that,
I mean,
you gotta
for-
sign, you gotta get
for
a
football.
contract.
For
Like,
football,
that's
bro.
the rule.
Like you're pretty much pro,
Yeah.
but you still wanted to go to school.
Yeah,
so, okay,
exactly.
You can come D1, but other than that, everybody else goes D2.
I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it is in football. Like a lot of the quarterbacks all have like NIL deals.
Yeah.
Like at the D1 level, like.
Yeah. I mean, we're just at the emergence of that. So yeah, the next like 5-10 years, I'll probably just be the
Crazy
thing.
thing, like,
Everyone's on contract.
Yeah.
comment what y'all think.
Yeah.
Start a
What
conversation.
do you think?
Yeah.
Last week we'll wrap it up. Yeah, we'll do like a small one. What's the hardest event in track and field? 'Cause we were talking about this in the car.
Man,
Again,
I say 400 hurdles is the between 400 hurdles and steeplechase.
good job with
hardest
steeplechase, sure.
Is that just because there's hurdles in front of you?
So, I say because I've run the 800 and I've run the 4x4.
Uh-huh.
Crazy hard events to train for. I used to think the 400 was one of the hardest events in track and field to train for. But to run a 400 while having to jump over hurdles, that's crazy. But then I also attribute that same mindset to the steeplechase. Like you're running 3,000 meters. It's not the 15, it's not the 5K, it's that weird in between.
Yeah.
But you still have barriers to jump over and a pool to jump in. So it's like that same burning sensation while you have to leap over barriers, jump in the pool. I don't know. I would say 400 hurdles though, because the 400 is a crazy hard event to train for.
And
if
then
you
going
gotta-
hurdles.
if you still got to jump over hurdles while you're doing that's crazy.
I mean, how I kind of think about it is that can you get the average person to finish that event, and how how much time is that going to take it? You could try to get let's say the average person out there, the average Joe, try to make him do the 400 meter hurdles. The men's in the men's 400 meter hurdles, like their height. That's
Yeah,
gonna
pretty
suck.
Yeah, that's what's
Like,
crazy.
Going
Like,
over
it's
that
hard,
hurdle
bro.
sucks.
They're sprinting.
Yeah.
Like you're fast, you're running close to 50 seconds.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy because they're jumping from the beginning of DJ. Like they're already in the air and then they land at the end of Edgar. Like
Probably further.
further, yeah. Like it's crazy because when I do steeple work sometimes and I'm going like 60-second pace, like I'm jumping like almost like a meter and a half out from the hurdle because I'm just running so fast and I'm only running 60 seconds.
And then when you hit lap 6.5 and you're like, all right, time to turn it on, and then your legs start burning. You got
Yeah.
that same
Oh.
jump energy.
No, bro. I would say steeplechase is hard, but I feel like it's either like the 400 hurdles or I think the 10K is really hard too.
See,
To
I
a
would
certain
say
degree.
that.
It
but
is, but
you training, it's like a specific type of training.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not
think
technical.
about the 400 hurdles.
Yeah.
You have to have speed. You're training for the 400, but then you're also training to be a hurdler. But then you still have to have a rhythm too. Like anybody in here that's ever run a 400 or 800, you know that moment in the race where you just can't lift your legs up no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legs
Yeah.
tight, you can't lift your knees up.
Yeah.
But now you
Now imagine it's a hurdle in front of you. You still gotta get over that.
Yeah.
I can't lift my legs up, and I gotta get over this.
I mean, and there's no really such thing as like a tactical 400-meter hurdle, right? So like maybe if you see like in the rounds of like whether it be NCAA's, Worlds, etc. Maybe the best in the world, like the last 2 or 3 hurdles, then they can maybe start to jog it in. But at least for a 10K though, when it gets tactical, what you jog the first half. Like most conferences on the D2, D1 level even, they'll jog the first half. So is it really that difficult at that point? It's still difficult, don't get me wrong, because I got smacked in my 10K conference
It's
final.
25 laps.
It's 25 laps though. But if you're the best in the world though, if you're the best in the world, and if you have to deal with a tactical 10K final, it's not really as.
I think an honest 10K, like
All out 10K.
Yeah.
Like Nico Young is foaming at the mouth. The best American distance runner is foaming at the mouth with 3 miles left. With 3 miles left in the race.
Yeah.
Dude is like Connor Mintz.
Yeah, bro.
That is funny, bro.
Both of those
Crazy
guys.
face after the first lap.
Like 3 miles in, like they're dying. Like I feel like the all out 10K is harder than an all out steeple, personally.
But I just think about the consistency though. Like no matter what, if you're in a 400-meter hurdles, you have to get going. No matter, you can't avoid it. All right, every single time you line up, you gotta get out. That's not the case at the 10K.
Yeah.
I would go 400 hurdles, steeple, 800. Those are my 3 hardest.
Yeah, I think
Same order.
800 is basically a 400 twice.
literally.
Like,
Yeah.
It's like you're not going much slower. Like you're going
I say 800 because you have to do 2 different types of training for the event.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to have that over distance training plus that speed training. If you're an 800 runner, it's automatically you're racing 2 400s back to back. But you're training for it, you have to do 1500 meter training and you have to be able to do 400 training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who wants to do 2 different workouts?
Yeah, for real.
Did you just say 2 different workouts, double threshold?
What's this guy talking about, bro? I think that's what we call the podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. This is episode 3. We'll have a special guest next time.
Will we?
We'll try.
Stay tuned.
Well, maybe we'll get Parker Balby on this podcast.
Parker Belby, please.
Please.
Somebody hop in the comments and tell her to what's up.
Please. Or Nico Young, please.
All right.
Eric Holt.
Eric.
Oh, no. Should we get
Eric Allen.
Should we invite him, bro?
Dude, I want Eric Holt. I want Sam Prequel. Who else?
Isaac Updike.
Isaac. I want Sam Personia.
Let's get Sayer.
Sayer. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just ran 333, man.
Yeah. Shout out Sayer,
I
bro.
want Drew Hunter, bro.
Dude, Drew Hunter was.
It'll be interesting to get Drew. Yeah. I'll pick his brain.
We gotta get someone in Flagstaff though.
Yeah.
It'd be so, yeah, Drew, just fly out to our house.
Yeah,
real quick.
Drew.
We'll buy you chocolate milk.
Yeah, come on, we'll get you.
Every guest gets a free chocolate milk.
And we get you a hat, bro.
Get somebody from the Hoka team.
The Hoka team?
Luis.
Louis G?
All-in hacker.
Donovan Brazier.
Oh.
That'd be crazy, bro.
We gotta get one pro on the pod.
Yeah, how the hell we...
How about Hunter, bro?
Mark
Yeah.
Quasar. We got Mark
Literally
Quasar.
send a DM.
Well, on Thursday at the track, we'll just ask people.
Yeah.
Maybe, oh yeah, podcast. Ask
Maybe we
Jack.
could get Eduardo on here.
We could.
Eduardo Herrero. Because
He
you're
would.
Fresno.
Yeah, no,
You're
he came to speak
like
for
Blazer.
It's so much
Blazer, damn.
It's so much easier to walk up to him on the track for a quick Q&A.
That
Just get the
too.
mic.
Yeah.
A quick Q&A. I've done that
They
before.
might get.
It's kind of awkward.
They
though.
might get annoyed though.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward because like on their track they're there for like.
They're
one day.
working out. Maybe if we do it after their workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Just sometime when we know we're going to be around them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they always work out on Tuesday.
Just wait at the
I
gate,
get
bro.
it.
Just
Wait
wait
at
at
the
the
gate.
gate.
Wait at the
Every
gate.
time-
Find Shelby.
Every time they go, there's
Yeah, Shelby, how are the burritos?
Oh,
Bro, cut it out! Cut it out! We're gonna cancel it! Alright.
See you guys.
Bro!
I'm out of here, bro.